somewhere else, but this is where we found ourselves. Welcome to the local show. People you work with, people you know.
Welcome to another edition of the local show here on GrassRoots Community Network. Thank you for joining us this week, guys. I'm Erik, Skarvan, your host. Welcome especially to our live audience on YouTube, Facebook, and local television now for the first time this summer. So happy you guys joined us this week, where each week we feature inspirational locals from the Roaring Fork Valley. Pleased to have a longtime friend back on the show, Scott Vold, owner of White River Overland and Cracks and Racks, and maybe other stuff I don't even know about yet.
That's it. That's it.
Two businesses is good.
Yeah.
And holding.
Yeah.
So welcome back, buddy.
Thanks for having me again. It's good to see you again.
It's good to see you too, and I wanted to show that I am representing still. One of my favorite hats, the WRO White River Overland.
Thank you, yeah.
Which we'll get into today, of course. And we'll keep that on here for a little bit.
It's looking fresh.
Yeah, I got to put a few more sweat stains on that puppy. But I like wearing the truckers because they're functional, they breathe, keep that sun off when I'm hiking up Aspen Mountain like I did this last Sunday with my dog Sammy.
Nice.
We do have my dog, older girl, Luna's back on the set. We'll see her here in a little bit.
Yeah, she's looks pretty wiped out right now.
She's getting up there in years, but also, in the sundog days of summer, I like to say the dogs are chilling out, laying low.
I like the idea of a siesta in the afternoon.
Yeah, I like that idea too. In a perfect world, we all have a little downtime in the afternoon.
Yeah.
I like that 3 o'clock lull is when I usually just at least try to kick my feet up for 20 minutes. If not a full-on nap is like amazing.
Yeah,
if that can happen.
I like a long nap, but I'm actually getting better at the 15-minute nap, actually.
Yeah.
The power nap.
Tiger Woods talked about that when he became a father. He's like, I'm getting really good at the 20-minute power nap as a new father. So.
Yeah, I used to plan my ski days to come back at 1 o'clock when my son would go down for a nap, so I could ski in the morning and then come home and take a nap with him.
Oh, how great is that?
Yeah.
That's like a perfect day.
Yeah, it was great. Those were great days.
Let's talk about you and your son, Gavin. He's 12 years old now.
Yep, Gavin's 12.
When we last visited, when you were on the show, we showed a picture of you and Gavin accomplishing a 14er.
Yeah.
I think that was last October.
Yeah, last September, October.
Have you guys been doing any hiking this summer?
Not as much for me, but I will say that Gavin just summited Mount Sopris on Sunday with my wife.
Oh, I think I saw that. Yeah, on social media. Nice.
Yeah, they had a nice long hike up Mount Sopris.
Wow.
But definitely a feather in his cap for sure.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And we have a fun image of you guys fishing. Are you guys still fishing? Doing some fishing?
Yeah, trying. Getting out every now and again. That picture I think you're looking at is from a few years ago up at Sea Lazy Ranch up in Grand Lake, outside of Granby.
Oh, I love that area.
But,
it's gorgeous. Looks like you were teaching them how to fly fish.
Yeah, kind of get the little roll cast down.
Yeah, I'm still working on my roll cast. Kenny Smith has tried to help me a few times.
Kenny's a master.
But I keep reverting back to my regular spin casting reel.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I just, as my dad would say, dumped in the drink the other day up at Chapman Lake.
Whoa.
I was unhooking a rainbow. So it was all in a good cause.
Yeah.
But then the rod goes over the edge. And I'm like, oh! And I just saw it just disappear into the murky depths of Chapman Reservoir.
Oh,
It's
boy.
gone.
That's it.
But be prepared as a Boy Scout. I had a backup ugly stick. So thankfully I just pulled out my backup ugly stick and just kept casting, almost uninterrupted. I just got over it very quickly.
Yeah, you didn't even have to settle for a drop line,
No.
the baited drop line.
No,
Old school.
It was really cool. So what else have you been up to? You enjoy mountain biking?
Yeah, I love to mountain bike. I've been trail running quite a bit.
Okay.
I really take to it. I like it. I like how simple it is.
Are you running more than mountain biking?
I have been through the dog days of summer. Yeah.
Just the simplicity of it. It's
and
easy
it's
to
just
kind
too
of
hot. And these last couple of days, this last week even, it's just been super smoky.
Yeah.
And then before that, we had all the rain and the moisture, so I could get out and run all the time.
Right.
And just get it done. And I really enjoy it for all of it.
You just go right out the door. It's so convenient.
Yeah.
And then for me, I know with the smoke, I try to keep my heart rate down, so I'm not doing a lot of intensity. I mean, Sunday I went earlier in the morning when there was less smoke.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. It usually builds through the day. So if you can go a little earlier, keep the heart rate down so you're not breathing as deeply.
Yeah.
Nose breathe, which is an Ayurvedic technique, out of India, which filters the air, obviously. So
Yeah.
use those nose hairs to your advantage.
Well, that's easier
breathe.
said than done.
I know, it takes practice.
Climbing, even smuggler or any uphill route here. But if you can keep your breathing under control, or you're just breathing through your nose, you need to go faster.
Right. Well, it takes practice, especially on the uphill when you're doing more exertion. Then you want to go. And we learned that as little babies. When we first became, we naturally breathe with our nose as babies until we go under duress or stress. And then we go, Mah! And that's the first time we actually learn how to breathe through our mouth.
Interesting.
It's stressful, though. And it's related to stress. But if we can nose breathe, it actually has been proven to lower our heart rate down. It's more body friendly.
Yeah.
So you keep your heart rate down, practice your nose breathing, and then it'll actually help keep that heart rate at a lower level versus untreated air just raw into the lungs. So just a little training tip and
good useful advice there.
Yeah. Especially with the smoke, but hopefully that'll subside here.
Yeah, hopefully that'll subside.
Sometime
Not
soon.
just for us locally, but the whole Northwest, Northern California. Those towns are burning, those forests are burning, and
praying for more rain.
Yeah, we hope that those people stay safe.
Yeah, definitely. Well, we're going to take a quick break, Scott. Rehydrate. We've got so much to get to here, you guys. We are going to talk about all kinds of great things relating to the mountain lifestyle, including camper van rentals and customized vans. Scott has White River Overland, so we're going to learn a lot about that today and so much more. I do want to thank our summer underwriters, Haiti Children, Independence Pass Foundation, Klug Properties, Paradise Bakery, Pickens County Landfill, Sundog Athletics, and White River Overland. We're going to take a quick break, WRO, and check out their message as well. You guys will be right back with Scott Vold in 2 minutes. Don't go away. The Independence Pass Foundation, for 32 years, restoring and protecting the ecological, historical, and aesthetic integrity of Independence Pass. To learn more, independencepass.org.
I'm so passionate about this community. I absolutely love living here and raising my family here. It gives me a lot of pride to share this with my friends and my clients and help them achieve their dreams of owning an Aspen snowmass and enjoying this incredible lifestyle.
White River Overland specializes in camper van upfitting and overland outfitting. Catering to mountain dwellers and outdoor enthusiasts, many of WRO's builds are purpose-driven to facilitate and enhance skiing, cycling, camping, climbing, and river adventures. Nestled in the White River National Forest, close to the deserts of western Colorado and Utah, WRO also rents camper vans and accessories. More at whiteriveroverland.com. Celebrating their 25th anniversary, Sundog Athletics is your opportunity to experience Aspen's most amazing adventure locations and gain new skills to increase your safety, performance, and enjoyment while mountain biking, road biking, hiking, and paddling on Aspen's exclusive canoeing adventure. Like Sundog Athletics on Facebook for fresh adventure updates.
Welcome to the local show. People you work with, people you know.
Thanks for sticking with us here, guys. On the local show, we've got local entrepreneur Scott Vold, and our episode is Entrepreneurial adventure. Hard for me to say. But like these entrepreneurial adventures and, working hard and, over time and maintaining a business. We also saw a lot of that work ethic coming out of the Olympics, which just wrapped up last week. And the Summer Olympics were just so incredible. Not only the athletic performances, but the stories behind that and that work ethic behind that and showing up every day, still, even with a year delay on these Olympics, just putting in that time and that effort over and over. And I mean, what did you enjoy, or what did you get? What was the takeaway like from these Olympics for you?
Well, aside from like some of the political stuff that athletes feel like they want to utilize that platform, I mean, the Olympics, similar to like a World Cup, it's just a time for people to step up and bring the very best. And it might have been their entire life, since childhood. Most likely it was. Right. To work hard to reach that one moment, that one opportunity, and then to clutch up and I think is just incredible. Right.
All that lifetime of work going into this one performance, basically in the clutch, like you say, and then they pull it off. Some don't.
Some don't.
There's stories obviously go either way. It's not always a success story, but the success stories that we saw, like Molly Seidel from Wisconsin, whose mom I went to grade school with, which is so crazy. Ann Sheedy Seidel, her name is, and we went to St. Monica's grade school in Whitefish Bay. But what was interesting, I saw Molly being interviewed on the Today Show this morning. She talked about saying a prayer from Notre Dame. She and her mom both attended Notre Dame. She was obviously a national class runner at Notre Dame. But in the last few minutes, or the last portion of her race, saying this prayer over and over. She said she was mouthing it in the interview today on the Today Show. And so that faith, that work ethic, only had run 2 marathons previously. But Molly Seidel was one of the amazing success stories, getting a bronze medal in the women's marathon. 3rd woman in U.S. history to medal in the marathon. Only 2 others had done it.
Fantastic performance.
What an amazing story. Showing so many different lessons of work ethic. Anything is possible. She was working 2 jobs as well. Had mental health issues that she talked about today on her interview.
And then, of course, there was the whole 1-year delay. That,
exactly.
And they athletes had to contend with.
And that toughness and that resiliency and that consistency of just continuing to put in the work. To me, it's so inspirational.
Yeah. Even when I get up early, go for a run, then go and do something else, it just makes me wonder. You think about all these incredible athletes that are out there doing stuff full-time, nonstop. And it goes beyond just athletic. It goes to the nutrition. It goes into sleep. It goes into all of these different elements of being the very best athlete you can be.
Man, don't I know? It's still as an older, veteran or seasoned athlete, but all that goes into that. Obviously, they're at world-class levels. Yeah. But let's cross that over to business, because you've put in a lot of work, over 25 years with Cracks and Racks. Yeah. Correct? Yeah. And now White River Overland for a couple years now?
Coming up on 4.
Wow, already?
Yeah, 4 years. Yeah.
That's amazing. So there's so much crossover there, Scott.
Yeah.
I mean, talking about that, talk a little bit about those commonalities, like a lifetime athlete, a long time, business person locally.
Well, I've talked to you a little bit about this story before, and for me, it's just always just been, hard work and perseverance. It's really just been the only formula for me. At times I feel like I can break through and the company can go to another level. But then at that same time, I feel like we could do what we're doing even better. And so trying to just make sure that we're delivering what we promise to deliver and doing it well. And it's a full-time job, full-time job.
So for those viewers who are thinking of maybe establishing a business, it's like, hey, I've been thinking about, starting a local business for a long time. What would just be a couple tips? I know it's hard work, perseverance, but, what are a couple other things that would help?
Well, along the lines of being persistent are, some of the tasks getting a business off the ground can be kind of daunting. insurance. You might have to get employees. Then you have to do payroll, and you have to pay payroll taxes. And those can feel like pretty daunting tasks to get done. You might need financing. You might need, obviously, to have a good business plan. And those things aren't easy to formulate, and it keeps a lot of people from doing it, even though they might have a good idea. And I think you just have to really put your head down and get through some of those hard things, and at least just get a basis, just get something started that you could build off of, and it just sort of takes shape organically. But you can't quit when it gets tough.
Right, right. That's when you said, like you say, you put your head down and with your determination.
Yeah.
And just keep going through.
Yeah.
And I also again, kind of cliche, but it's always darkest before the light, and hopefully that doesn't mean you're going to run into a train at the end of the tunnel there, but whatever that is, if you can keep going and keep going, no matter what, that success will come. It just takes a little longer than we think.
Yeah.
And there's a patience involved in there too.
Tremendous. And also how some people might define success. Some people might define success as being their own boss.
Right.
Some people define it as making loads of money. I have enjoyed building something from nothing. It hasn't come with boatloads of money, but it's always been a challenge. It's always kept me sharp mentally, and a lot of good relationships along the way.
Right, right. Well, you guys have been developing some more relationships with White River Overland and doing these. I really have been enjoying seeing the images of some of these custom van builds. And you guys recently had, I think you called one the Journey.
Journey, yeah. Journey was a client from the Front Range.
Okay.
That was his name of the van. It was him, his wife, and 2 kids. We built them a 4-season van that was pretty fully featured. Really cool power systems, air conditioning, hot water, cabin heat, a couple of folding bed systems, custom furniture and cabinetry. It was a great project, a great client.
Was that the one with the like a small kitchen? And
and
the microwave, and
you've
got
exactly.
like some appointments in there. So basically self-contained.
Yeah.
Like family pod.
Escape pods.
Which people kind of got turned on to during COVID, right? Because they were kind of renting these or purchasing them or getting these little campers or... so they kind of got turned on during COVID, right? To a degree of...
Van life itself is not new, is not COVID related, but there's definitely been an increase in demand in van life since COVID. We talked a little bit before the show that people, when they were finally sort of given some free rein, they went outside and that was a safe place, biking and hiking and whether they were using their daily driver or renting an RV or building a camper van. And I think people really liked it. I think a lot of people really enjoyed doing that. And I think that momentum has continued into this next phase of where we are with COVID.
There was another custom build you guys called the Wolf Den. Can you tell us a little about how are you? These customers are naming their vehicles and they're going, can you deck out the Wolf Den for us? Or how does that, or the Journey?
So Journey was a client's name. The Wolf Den is a spec project.
Okay.
And I came up with the name of the Wolf Den.
Okay.
Because the Wolf Den is a true 4-season camper. Appointed systems for winter camping, powder chasing, storm chasing, very capable summer vehicle. So the Wolf Den was a project that we built kind of based on a few previous builds. We kind of took some bits and pieces from some other builds, and we made the Wolf Den.
Like the all-star build.
I am quite fond of the Wolf Den, I must say.
We did reintroduce the wolf to Colorado.
Yes, indeed,
so we need wolf dens.
Indeed, we as people.
So is that's a Sprinter van?
That is a Sprinter
van. That you guys customized.
Yeah.
So you list that now for sale.
Yeah, that van will go up for sale pretty soon. It's got a couple little just punch list items to finish before it goes into the market.
Okay. Now, how do you do quality control on these? Do you take the van then
Yeah.
out for a weekend with the family, or how does that what does that look like?
Yeah, a lot of testing at the shop. We test along the way, of course, as we're building stuff. Of course, we're testing power, making sure everything is working properly before we put everything together. But we test all of our systems really extensively.
You make sure those beers in the fridge are getting to that 33-degree proper chill temperature.
Crisp cold.
And then you guys all jump in the van and have a beer after work?
Yeah, right.
Does that ever look like that?
Yeah, not in the
That's
new
hands-on.
van. Not in the new van. Not in the new van.
Yeah. It's not the party place for the guys.
Definitely not. Definitely not. But a lot of testing, a lot of driving, a lot of running through systems. We won't have a chance to test all 4 seasons on this van probably, but all the systems check out.
Right.
Yeah.
So what does that look like, say, if someone hey, we just got this Sprinter van in our family. We'd like to Scott, we'd like you guys to customize.
Yeah.
How does that kind of process work?
Yeah, I mean, typically it starts with, a discovery call. And then we sort of formulate some of the scope of the project together. Depending on the scope, we'll come up with a design. And we have a couple of sort of standard designs that we do, but we'll come up with a design, and then we'll kind of, once we have a design, we build an estimate, and we get a green light. We start ordering products and start getting stuff here and get it in the shop and start chipping away at it.
That sounds so cool. It sounds like a really creative process, too.
Very creative, very collaborative, really just trying to capture every inch of that van.
Right.
We're trying to, in some
Utilize
cases, we're building, the entire house in one 98 square foot space.
Yeah, it reminded me of tiny homes, because in these tiny homes, of course, you're trying to utilize every inch, like you say. So it's pretty similar to that.
Very much
Utilizing
so.
this, you could live in this, some of these.
Yeah.
Are fully livable.
Yeah, very much so. So it's a great process. The team is every aspect of the team, plumbing and mechanical, power and electrical, furniture and cabinetry, all the components come together. Purchasing, requisitioning, which is myself mostly.
Okay.
So lots of short little team meetings, lots of little strategy sessions.
Okay.
Especially if we're designing something new. We can do so much on paper, but until we start building and putting the componentry inside the furniture, then things really have to start. Some real decisions have to get made. And
another thing that really, it enhances the family life, enhances the mountain lifestyle, is the van rentals, camper van rentals. Can you tell people a little bit about that?
Oh yeah, we have a great van for rent. It's a Winnebago Solus. It's seats and sleeps 4.
Nice.
So it's great for kids. It's got this great big pop top on it. And so with a ladder to get up there, with lights and power up there, and the kids, it's such a great place for kids to sleep. And it's got a ton of cargo capacity. It's got a bathroom. It's got a toilet and a shower. It's got like a dog spray out the side. It's got a bike wash out the back.
Nice.
It's a really cool van. And we've had it out this summer quite a few times. Everybody comes back. They've had some of the best trips of their lives.
Really having fun. So it's mostly weekends or week-long trips or kind of a variety?
Yeah, we have a 2-night minimum, but usually long weekends. People want to take it out to the desert. We've had it go out to the Midwest this summer. Everybody has a different need.
That sounds so fun.
Yeah, it's really fun.
I'd like to take that back to Wisconsin. Be heading back up there this fall.
Yeah, cool.
So, loading for bear, or pack for bear, as my dad would say.
Yeah.
Have all the bikes, the dogs, all the gear, the canoe.
Yeah.
All that stuff. That would be so fun to rent a van for something like that.
Yeah, the van is great for that.
That sounds super fun.
It's a good platform.
We're down to just a couple minutes, buddy.
Sure.
But I guess just what would you want to share? Just kind of... I think just philosophy, of a longtime business owner, entrepreneur, just kind of closing thoughts.
Philosophically speaking, of course, I have been fortunate to be around some really bright people, some really smart business people, and I've also been super fortunate to be part of this community.
Yeah.
Where I think our local community, who have been my clients, have been so supportive over the years, that it's our mission is to deliver what people expect and what they deserve. And so, I have a ton of gratitude for this community and for the people around it.
Yeah, I like that. Finishing with gratitude, and I'm grateful for you being here today.
Thanks, man.
For sharing, for supporting the local show, and being such an integral part of that.
Thank you.
I did bake you cookies last night, buddy, because I know that's one of your primary reasons for being here. So I hope you had fun on the show today.
Yeah, thanks so much, Erik. It's always great to see you.
Thank you. Great to see you. Thanks, Scott Vold, and thank you guys for watching this week on The Local Show. The Independence Pass Foundation, for 32 years, restoring and protecting the ecological, historical, and aesthetic integrity of Independence Pass. To learn more, independencepass.org.
I'm so passionate about this community. I absolutely love living here and raising my family here. It gives me a lot of pride to share this with my friends and my clients and help them achieve their dreams of owning an Aspen snowmass and enjoying this incredible lifestyle.
White River Overland specializes in camper van upfitting and overland outfitting. Catering to mountain dwellers and outdoor enthusiasts, many of WRO's builds are purpose-driven to facilitate and enhance skiing, cycling, camping, climbing, and river adventures. Nestled in the White River National Forest, close to the deserts of western Colorado and Utah, WRO also rents camper vans and accessories. More at whiteriveroverland.com. Celebrating their 25th anniversary, Sundog Athletics is your opportunity to experience Aspen's most amazing adventure locations and gain new skills to increase your safety, performance, and enjoyment while mountain biking, road biking, hiking, and paddling on Aspen's exclusive canoeing adventure. Like Sundog Athletics on Facebook for fresh adventure updates.
Welcome to